We're going to start blanking.
I'm recording.
So the witnesses, when I call your name, you just need to stand up. They'll come and shake your hand, and then you can sit back down, and then we'll explain a little after, a little more about the witness.
Okay, thank you.
Oh no. Just for your information.
I learned that one. I didn't know what to do. Go for the press?
That's all right. But this is more important, I guess, for the work.
Yeah, I know. Okay. That's why I just told him to go.
No problem, it's all right. Okay, so we get the family ready. Chris Corrigan, take great top, sits up. Rob Lower. Skszwx and say mate tough. Susan Monroe, say Skszwx and say mate tough. Gary Ender, Skszwx and say mate tough. Yakalanis, Sďwx, Sďwx. Patrick Wheeler, Sďwx, Sďwx. Tommy up, come on Tommy, kus kijk no more up, eet de thee, nog rollen kwam, net kortjes squans, als a kwijt tot zit eet de thee, trout squaws not as a competent to squat to sits. To the witnesses that were called, thank each and every one of you for on the invitation of our dear family here. At this time, they wish to share one work on the floor here today. Thanking each and every one of you once again. Great job, paving so to Sďwx, see him. What's tall, see him. Sďwx, see him. Coral Louie. Make us a pale shade to tea. Sorry, you can unfold it there. Over both shoulders. You two ladies will come from there. Okay. Great job, Pauline, so Tina, Marysia. Let's go forward. We're just going to unveil the time.
Oh, together with the efforts of a lot of people here. So it's not me. It's from Bowen to everybody.
Thank you. The witnesses, once again, thanking you for honoring the invitation of their family. The work that you just witnessed is the brushing of the sign, the carving, the beautiful spirit here. Is to take it away from our beautiful lady, Coral, as well as brushing off her well-being. So they're both separated now, that she could go on to the next project that's going to come her way. And this beautiful spirit here that's sitting in front of you, it's going to back up to its resting place where we had taken it a couple of days ago. We're going to replace it so it's comfortable once again. So everyone that is within this community of Nexwlélexwm, Bowen Island, is responsible for it for each day. If there's any repairs that needs to be done, if anybody walks along and sees anything that's done any harm to it, report it where necessary, and then the community will come together to do the repairs as necessary. So this time, Sďwx having so Pauline at this time, or their sisters, going to share a few thank yous at this time.
Hello everyone, my name is Pauline Le Bel. This is a very emotional day for many of us on Nexwlélexwm, unceded traditional territory of the Squamish Nation. It's a time to celebrate, to move forward, to a deepening relationship with Squamish Nation, the Squamish people. Language and words are important. They shape our future and our actions, and may this beautiful sign shape how we see ourselves on this island.
Yep.
I'm honored and grateful that Katimkin and Sempulian and Mary and Dennis would come here today and be with us in this ceremony. So I have a lot of people to thank here, so I had to write it down so I wouldn't forget. So for the sponsors for the sign, Bowen Island Municipality, and a private donation from Rena Freed, who unfortunately was not able to join us today. And especially thank you to Coral for making this magnificent sign. And for funding the celebration, I'd like to thank the Heritage Canada, the Bowen Island Library, the Neighborhood Small Grant Program, sponsored by the Bowen Island Community Foundation, the Vancouver Foundation, and the Bowen Island Municipality, and thank Chris Corrigan for writing up the grant application. For the lunch, an anonymous donor wanted to make sure we were all well fed. So my heart and my stomach offer thanks to you, anonymous donor. Many thanks to Kevin Taves of the municipality for moving the sign so we could get it and nobody would fall off the hill up there. And thanks to the wonderful women on the organizing team with me. At the library, Tina Nielsen and Marysia McGilvray. The Arts Council, Jamie Sheffer and Kathleen Ainscough. Mary Beth Dean, also our videographer. And Brenda Morrison graciously shared her expertise in Salish ceremony and organized the blankets and a lot of special things you see here at the ceremony. Thanks to Bridget Kars for knitting the lovely quarter bags. Also deep gratitude to artist Ron Woodall and to Emily McCullum, who collaborated on the lovely crest you see on the blankets. Thanks to everyone who donated their time and their hearts to this celebration.
Thanking each and every one of the donators for your wonderful thoughts, your feelings, your love for this community, for this beautiful spirit. the witnesses that were called. That's all the work the family has in mind here at this time. Thanking each and every one of you again for on the invitation of the family in this beautiful community of Nexwlélexwm. So we'll go through the name of the village. Nexwlélexwm. Nexwlélexwm. Nexwlélexwm.
Nexwlélexwm.
Nexwlélexwm.
Nexwlélexwm.
Nexwlélexwm.
Nexwlélexwm.
That's the Squamish name of this place, Bowen Island. At this time, we're going to open the floor up to the witnesses that were called. Ask you to come forward and just share a few words at this time.
In the 20 years I've lived in the territories of the Skszwx, I've been privileged to work with the nation and become friends with many people from the Squamish Nation, and I want to first extend my gratitude for the permission to live in this territory and for how beautiful it's been kept for 9,000 years.
Yeah.
The most significant teaching I've taken from living here over the last 20 years was illustrated here today, and that's the law of to lift each other up. And I feel like what we've been doing with this sign is to lift one another up. I extend my thanks to you for lifting up our community, and I extend my thanks to our community for lifting up the Squamish Nation and finally recognizing where we live. It promises a beautiful future together when we realize that we're hosted on this land and we're hosted in this sea. And putting the name on the sign for me is like just a powerful reminder of where we are and who we can be together. So I want to thank you again for the time, and to Pauline, my dear friend, and this family here that's put on this work today. Just sincere gratitude for everything that it's cost and all the effort that's gone into it. It's been many, many years trying to do this. Witness good work here today. Skszwx.
Thank you. Thanks to all of you for your gifts, your gift of this land and the waters and the place where we are fortunate to be guests. And my name is Rob Glore. I'm the chair of the Arts Council here, the Hearth, and resident here, and as a part of a family and a community, it is with great gratitude that we're able to honor and celebrate our Indigenous hosts in this place, who have taught us, among other things, that we are all artists, that we have art in us, and we draw our inspiration from this beautiful place that has been stewarded by the Squamish peoples since time immemorial. And it is with humility and gratitude that we're inspired to create and to grow and to flourish in this place. So it's with great thanks, and our best, our hearts go to you, and with gratitude.
Worship, Rob.
little hard to follow Chris Corrigan, who speaks so well, and I'm even going to adopt some of his words. Thank you for caring for this place so beautifully for 9,000 years, so we can be part of it now. And now I love the connection that is being made through this sign and all of us here together. It feels wonderful. I'm Susan Monroe. I'm the chair of the library board. Pauline has been working with us on reconciliation efforts, and this seems like the culmination of a tremendous amount of work by everybody. And I feel that it's some of the most important work that we can be doing in Canada now, and I'm very proud that the library is part of that, and I'm immensely grateful to all of you for everything you've done. So thank you so much.
My name is Gary Ander. I'm the mayor of Bowen Island, and I'm very thrilled to be here today and honored to be at this celebration. And I thank our First Nations, all our First Nations people here for putting in this celebration. It means so much to us. On behalf of the municipality, I'd also like to thank the Hearth, the library for putting this on, and most of all to Pauline for coming to council and saying this has got to be done, and it's got to be done now. Yeah. So we know we don't go against Pauline. So it happened, and thank you very much, Pauline. This is an amazing statement. It's an incredible statement as it welcomes people onto our island. It says we are in conjunction with wlélex, with the wlélex and the Squamish Nation. We are together. We are together on the sign, and we are together in our thoughts. And we thank the Squamish Nation and the Tsleil-Waututh and probably Musqueam also for looking after this island for so long and taking care of it so that we could all enjoy it in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you for looking after the land. Thank you for looking after the nature that we enjoy here on Bowen Island. This is very, very significant, and it's a great step forward in our relationship with the Squamish Nation. Looking forward to many more. Thank you.
Yep.
Skszwx. This witness has traveled for a long time and a great distance to come here. Halimo wimoyo he halime wimaya he halime wimayo huktaho hu. And I've landed here. I talked to our senior clan leader this morning. His name is Edin. In English, they call him Edenshaw. My mother's father is Edin as well. And his uncle is from Stıkki, and his name is Edin, and it refers to the way the glacier enters the ocean. It goes down into the ocean. My mother's father, Edin, Charlie Eden Shaw, gave a bracelet to someone down here by the name of Jacobs, because him and the Jacobs lady knew that they're related through two girls. And that's all about it. And I asked the living Eden for permission to say that here today, because we've never said that before. We don't know exactly what it means, but I bring it here. I've seen this thing before that's happened here today. And I want to go back a little bit more into 1913, when an old man in Sḳwx said to the federal and provincial governments at the Royal McKenna-McBride Commission in September 1913, he asked them, why do you call this place Queen Charlotte Islands? He said, well, if I stole something, I'd change its name too. And then there was a man named Gordon Campbell who won an election here and became premier. And remember what he ran on. He was going to have a referendum. You can have a referendum on law. You cannot have a referendum on justice. That's a silly thing. You cannot have a referendum on morality. That's a silly thing. By the end of his term, Gordon Campbell came up to Haida-Gwaii, and he said, I'd like to take the Queen Charlotte's name back. So we carved a box, beautiful box. We put the name inside the box, we put the lid on it, and we gave him the box to him, and he took it back to Victoria. Since that time, the relationship between Canadian residents and Haida people has matured. It's gotten really good. It feels safe now. It didn't feel safe in 1913, but it feels safe now. So as a witness, what I see is you're taking a big step forward, but I just want to say it's only a step, and there's another step to follow. And I hope to be around to also witness the next step you take. To my relatives, Sďwx, beautiful people, thank you.
Privilege to be here today to bear witness to this powerful, incredible ceremony. It's even more powerful that we're doing this today on National Indigenous Peoples Day and as part of Indigenous History Month. This sign is going to be an incredible symbol of reconciliation and represents a really important step on this road and this important path that we all must take. I really want to also thank Coral for spending the time in crafting such a beautiful, beautiful sign. This is going to be important, I think, for us all to see as we land on the island here, and also as we leave as well. So it's, I'll say the name, Nexwlélexwm. And I really want to say I'm so fortunate to have been able to grow up in this wonderful place, and I have such immense gratitude for the care and stewardship that the Squamish Nation has taken care of this land for so many years, and we all owe such a great deal of thanks for your stewardship and for welcoming us to your lands. So that's, thank you.
Patrick,
Siem to Sḳwx, Hampton, Pauline, Brenda, Coral, Quan Mantomi, Siam Tas Natche Tas Chet, Nuk Lalaquam, Okumeo, Quan Mantomi, Siam to Quach Nomi up, Siam to Claqua, Nata Nuk Lalaquam, Okumeo, Mish, Stalmuchchit, Siam, not to quick quaint, T-squale, Aquilus, Quan Mantomi, Siam, to Chin Twite, Siam, A Imish Oscocot, to Quatos, to Sioquachit, Quan Mantomi, Siam. First of all, thanking my brother Cathimpton, being the voice for our family today. Each and every one of you, respected elders, matriarchs, thank you. Thank you for arriving safely. Coral, thank you for the beautiful, beautiful Sţwx. Thanking you for your beautiful work here on the village of Nexwlélexwm. Just to give you information, our people have been here before 9,000 years. Our latest information from Dr. Rudy Reimer, Yump, found an artifact up in our village of Ilaho, up in Poyam, carbon dated 15,000 years. And for my relative here, I was speaker for Charles Edenshaw Gallery at Vancouver Art Gallery. I still have the copper shield. I have it safe. It was gifted to me from Chief James Hart. Yes. My late cousin Hoya, Richard Baker, Terrence Richard Baker. Very honored that each and every one of you are here to witness this beautiful work. Continuing to work together, Chin Chin Twai. We walk together in our worlds. Really honored to be here. I want to bring our youth here in our canoes. You know, before we had our modern day vehicles, we called tetquum. We traveled by canoe up and down the sound here. Really honored to be with each and every one of you. We have shared history together, and now we can continue to move forward in a good way. Really grateful that we're here to participate today. Happy Father's Day to all your fathers. Happy Indigenous Day for all us Stalmuch and Qualmuch and all us Aboriginal people. You know, we've been here forever. People say, well, why do you say that? Because we've been here forever. All the years of government policies was an attempt to eradicate us from history. And I was at a child and youth care conference last year, and an elder in Cree territory, she said, all those years of generations of trauma may be imprinted on your DNA, but she said, also, our original DNA is still in each and every one of us. All we need to do is reignite that DNA. I work with our youngest population of Sḳwx. I work with our Sḳwx, our babies, our Sḳwx, our toddlers, our Muntmunt, our 3 and 4-year-olds. And with my intention is for them to know who they are and where they come from. My goal is to make sure that they always remember that they are our connection to our future. Our Sďwx, our elders, connect us to our history. And it's our role and responsibility to love our children and give them that opportunity to know who they are and know where their ancestors are. We come from great nobility, all our families within Sďwx. That's the way it is.
Rosian, Kachetan, Johan Hot, Smanas Lolly, and Hot Squallowin, Makwisi Kutsdachum, CMs, Johan Hot, CMs, Colton Stomo, and Hot Squallowin, Makwisi Kutsdachum, Kuchtal Queensta, Skalalton, Uvayamada, and Hot, and Hot. I want to thank dear brother opening the floor to my dear father here, my cousin. You see, in the Longhouse, he's one who helped me carry on in the spiritual journey. More and more of our people are opening the hand to who and what we are, and today is no different. Today is no different. We have begun a healing journey that was begun a way back, I believe. You know, the ancestral names that I carry are, my mother's side is Kuchtal. Skalalton is also what I carry from my mother's side. That name comes from descendants of the first human beings that came here. Not too far from here, we all know it as Gibson's. Strzunk is a place that we know it as. It's where the first human beings came and landed in this land. Uvayamana, dear sister, bestowed that name on me from Hawaii, where she's from, with 31 other people about 18 years ago. I'm grateful and thankful to be carrying these names and share this healing day with all of you. I'm grateful and thankful to the sisters. Stand together, lots of them out, one heart, one mind, having that strength to say this needs to be done. We are no longer strangers. By sharing the ancestral name, our ancestors will know you from this day forward. Many of you who live here may hear things that go bump in the night. Maybe it'll settle down now. I heard a chuckle. It must be true. We're asking the ancestors to settle down and acknowledge you now. Because as a witness, you must carry this message forward. Don't just share it here. Bring it home. Tell your children, your grandchildren. Share them what happened here today. A mighty bridge is being built, and we have a foundation to work from. I also want to turn to thank the brothers. If new unit, thank you for being here. Warm welcome from the brother. When we walked in, he was with his child. I'm grateful and thankful to have that warm welcome. You know, we live in uncertain time with this COVID-19 virus, with racism throughout the world, but we have this foundation to work from. We have a way to move forward. It begins with a strong heart, strong mind, and teaching our children the real history of who we are and where we come from, no matter where it is in the world. I'm grateful and thankful to be a part of this, and I thank you for the invitation to be here and be a part of this. It's like coming home. It's like being home. We are home together. I want to turn to Coral and thank you for your blood, sweat, and tears. It was not in this wood here. I'm sure it was on the way to get there. Thank you. You're now free from your work. Move on to your next baby. Just to share a quick teaching, if you want to pick it up, the blanket that you carry you can keep, the headband you can keep, but if you have a replacement, give it away to one of your teachers. Along with the headband, give it to another teacher, another elder, so you can carry on. The teaching that comes with that is that so you can have many more arts and gifts to come and share with the world. My hands are up to you and to all of you. Thank you. That's the way it is. Osiam. Oh yeah, hands up to the cook, whoever it is.
Over there.
Yeah, I think it's to bring it over, that's all. Thank everybody. Come on, Tommy, tonight, just thanking each and every one of you, my dear people, for your wonderful words. Mayor, all our brothers and sisters. Yes, we're here for many thousands of years. Our ancestors have walked this land, have paddled on the waters. One of them was Sďwx, and he lived up higher up by Sţwx, known today as Squamish. He hunted around these islands, these lands. And one is he went to Sďwx, known today as wood fiber. And one evening he went hunting, and it was a beautiful moonlit night, and he for some reason became scared of what he had seen. It was a dark shadow. And after some time later, he went back to Sďwx to find out what he had shot that evening. And it was a Salish, a wild person. So not only the spirits of the humans, but a lot of spirits of the animals travel in these lands and of these waters. So as was mentioned, when you hear something that goes bump in the night, just mention who you are, because they're going to ask, I don't know you. We have ancestors now that speak English, that go to our ancestors that spoke Squamish, and they can connect in the spirit world. So whenever you see or hear something, just mention your name. If you remember Nexwlélexwm, just say, I am helping looking after this land today. I want you to know who I am. I want to know who you are as Squamish people, and that'll be a connection as well. Because when we go home, as we say to our ancestors, to the Creator, to heaven, we're connected, and we're invited with the doors open with our ancestors that have gone before us. So when we have a good pure heart, we are accepted through those gates in a good way, and accepted right away as well. So on behalf of our Squamish people, we put our hands up to each and every one of you that look after the land here today. We know that as Squamish people, we don't get over here too often. And Pauline has been with our canoe family at the Cohost, as you can see on their arms. That's been in existence since '93, our canoe family. We paddled over here a few times through the invitation of Pauline. We thank her for that. And we'd like to each and every one of you to know that our canoe family are more than willing to come over and share songs and dances and stories at any time that we can. So we thank you once again. That concludes the work of our family, and they're going to be bringing some food over so we can spend more time with each other, sharing a bite to eat.